Welcome, fellow motorheads, to the Weekend Ritual, the one, the only, the Racing Podcast. This is week number 8 as we burn rubber and speed through the 2015 racing circuit. First, we'll review last week's action, then we'll go over this weekend's schedule, and we're going to have a good time tonight. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Racing Podcast presented by American Podcasting, available at apodradio.com, also available at Spreaker.com, #sports. I'm your host, Manny Allegretto. Last weekend, the action was in the Golden State of California at the Auto Club Speedway, located in the City of Action, Fontana. Saturday was last weekend's Xfinity Series event. It was the Drive4Klotz.com 300. Winner, Kevin Harvick in the 88 Chevy, and led 100 laps. Brendan Gowen in second place in the 62 Chevy, and then in third place, Eric Jones in the number 20 Toyota, and he led 4 laps. And then on Sunday was last week's Sprint Cup event. It was the Auto Club 400. Winner, very shockingly, Brad Keselowski, who led 1 lap, gained 4 points. Second place, Kevin Harvick, he led 34 laps. And then Kurt Busch, he came in third, and he led 65 laps. The highest, was Kurt Busch, who led 65 laps. Kevin Harvick, 34 laps. And then Denny Hamlin, he actually led 56 laps. Denny Hamlin, the 11 car, he finished 28th on Sunday. So Sunday was the Auto Club 400, the 26th running of the Auto Club 400. And the Auto Club Speedway has the oldest asphalt in the 2015 series, paved in 1997, and is the widest track at 75 feet wide. So the number of laps scheduled was 200. The actual lap count was 209, and because of you had 2 green-white checkered attempts. Race start time was 3:52 p.m. Eastern. Race finish time 6:50 p.m. Eastern. And track temps temperatures at the race start. Air temperature was 69 degrees. Track temp 104. The presentation of colors presented by the California National Guard Color Guard. Invocation by Bill Molden. From the MRO. National Anthem performed by American Idol contestants. And Gentlemen Start Your Engines command also was performed by the American Idol contestants, along with Scott Brochetta from Victory Lane Pad. Flyby, 4 T-6 Warbirds from the Plains of Flame Air Museum in Chino, California, and they flew from turn 4 to turn 1. Now, one big news from Sunday was Brian Vickers, the 55 car, did not race on Sunday due to some health issues. He's been fighting blood clots, and he had him on blood thinning medications for the next 3 months. Brett Moffitt filled in for him in the 55 car, and so that's the reason for that. So safety precautions, since he's on medications, can't be behind the wheel. Now, Jeff Gordon had some issues with his safety harness as the cars were rolling out of pit road for the pace lap. Now, Jeff Gordon, of course, the 24 car. Last time Jeff Gordon won at the Fontana was 1997. All right. And the pace car was actually driven by Modern Family star Eric Stonestreet. So there you go. All right. So your top 5 as of lap 4 during this race, it was Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, David Reagan, Matt Kenseth, Denny Hamlin. But Kevin Harvick would take the lead in lap 6. But we'll go over the lead segment, the lead summary in a moment. And there was 7 top 2 finishes, the most since 1974. 5 for Kevin Harvick. Okay, last win for Kevin Harvick at Fontana was his only win, and that was at Fontana in 2013. Now, the top 5, as at lap 15, you had Harvick, Kurt Busch, Denny Hamlin, Kenseth, and Brad Keselowski. 40 cars on the lead lap at lap 20, and then the yellow flag didn't start flying until lap 22. David Ragan, he loses it after making contact with Jeff Gordon at turn 4. David Ragan in the 18 car, which has been filling in for Kyle Busch, and Jeff Gordon, we all know the 24 car. Beneficiary there is J.J. Yaley in the 23 car. And the race restarts at lap 28. Now you had top 3 at the restart, Kenseth, Hamlin, and Harvick. Top 4 at lap 37 was Hamlin, Kenseth, Harvick, Kurt Busch, and which actually they each had less than 2 seconds apart from each other. And then the top 10 at lap 43 was Harvick, Kenseth, Busch, Logano, Keselowski, Earnhardt Jr., Jimmy Johnson, Truex Jr., and Ryan Newman. All right, so. And Hamlin had a 2.8 second lead over Kevin Harvick. He had 3 big guys that dominated this race on Sunday. It was Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin until he went in for the pit and he broke his axle later on in the race. Then Kurt Busch had it, and the guys on Fox, they're saying because the big buzz was that if Kevin Harvick was to win, he would have swept the West Coast swing, winning 3 in a row. But then the guys on Fox said, no, Kurt Busch was going to win it. And it looked like Kurt Busch was going to win it. But that second green-white checkered, I think, favored Brad Keselowski, which I think surprised a lot of people on Sunday. So your second question comes out at lap 86. This one was for debris between turns 3 and 4. Beneficiary Austin Dillon in the number 3 car. And then the green flag comes out lap 92. The race restarts at lap 93. Now, your third question come out, lap 98, Sam Hornish Jr. in the number 9 car. He goes into the wall after making contact with Trevor Bayne in the 6 car. Beneficiary Casey Mears in the 13 car. Hornish Jr. heads to the garage. I don't know if he dropped out of the race or not, because I didn't see anything. I didn't hear anything. So I'll be honest with you about that. Well, anyway, the race halfway mark was at lap 100. Again, 200 was scheduled, and they had to push it to 209. So Truex, okay, so Truex Jr., I had some notes on Truex Jr., but I forget what I wrote. Alright. So the green flag comes out lap 104, restart lap 105, okay? And Chris Buescher makes his Sprint Cup debut in the 34 car on Sunday. And then you had a top 10 at lap 112, which was Kurt Busch, Kevin Harvick, Joey Logano, Matt Kenseth, Jimmy Johnson, Earnhardt Jr., Truex Jr., Paul Menard, Tony Stewart, and Brad Keselowski. Kurt Busch led 20 laps already by the time lap 115 rolled around. Denny Hamlin already had his 56 under the belt. Harvick at this moment had 19. And Truex Jr. has 4 top 8s in the first 4 races of 2015. Now you had 30 cars in the lead lap at lap 117. Kurt Busch led his 30th lap as of 122. He also had a 2-second lead over Kevin Harvick. Kevin Harvick was in second place at the time and had a 5-point-second lead over Joey Logano, which fell back a little bit as the race went on. And then Earnhardt Jr. moves into the top 5 for the first time in the entire race at lap 135. Okay? Then your top 10 at lap 148 was Kevin Harvick, Kurt Busch, Matt Kenseth, Joey Logano, Jimmy Johnson, Earnhardt Jr., Keselowski, Hamlin, Paul Menard, and Truex Jr. So the fourth question would come out lap 153. Again, not a lot of big crashes this week. Last week, too, mostly for debris and little stuff, but nothing super major, okay? But, for safety precautions, they see some debris out there, they got to throw the caution out there for safety purposes, okay? So the fourth question comes out, lap 153, and this time there's debris on the front straightaway. Casey Mears, for the second time, becomes the beneficiary. Joey Logano, his crew gets popped for uncontrolled tire, lap 155. Green flag comes out, lap 157. Restart, lap 158. And then Denny Hamlin led a race high of 56 laps at 157 at the time. Kurt Busch had 48 laps under his belt. Harvick with 30, Kenseth 14, and Truex Jr. already had 5. So now your fifth caution, see, there was not a lot of cautions at all this week. Your fifth caution will come out lap 185. This one was for debris once again, turn number 1. This time Austin Dillon becomes the beneficiary in the number 3 car. And this is when it went down for Denny Hamlin. Harvick takes the lead during caution 5 as Kenseth pits. Kenseth. And then Kenseth would end up, he suffers a broken axle, and then coming out of the pit box, that was lap 186. I mixed that up. I thought it was Hamlin that got it, but it was actually Kenseth. And then, so he was trying to come out of the pit box there, and the front right axle snapped. So they had to take care of that. Denny Hamlin, though, got popped with an uncontrolled tire. He had to restart at the back of the pack there. And his crew chief goes to argue the call to no avail. And that was lap 187. So the green flag comes out lap 188, and the restart lap 189. And Kevin Harvick has already led over 500 laps so far this season. All right. So then your sixth flag comes out lap 198, again for debris. Turns 3 and 4. Kenseth the beneficiary. Near miss for Jimmy Johnson and Stenhouse Jr. Coming out of the pit box. Carl Edwards gets popped for going too fast on the pit road, lap 200. Remember, you got the line marking the beginning of pit road, and the car has to be at 55 before you cross over entering pit road. And importantly, also, is that you got to maintain that 55 before crossing the other line to get into. So when you cross the other side, the end of pit road, you got to maintain that 55 till that car completely passes over that line. Some tracks have a little square, all right? So as soon as you cross, you got to keep it at 55 coming out of the pit box until you cross that line. Very important. So now this would bring the first attempt of green-white checkered, which was, at this time, you're already at lap 201. Now you had Gordon, Stewart, and Biffle in the top 3, okay? Green-white checkered, but then they would come out with caution number 7, again for debris. This was lap 202, so they really didn't get too far. Trevor, obviously, because it's green-white checkered, Trevor Bayne and Greg Biffle's car, Greg Biffle's car started slowing down, and he got freight trained. He contacts Kyle Larson's car, which is the 42 car. Then Kyle Larson contacts the wall. His back public just came right off. That what really brought out the. It wasn't a big crash. He turned to scrub the wall. The bumper came off, and they brought the flag out for that. But something happened with Greg Biffle's car. Well, he just started losing speed, and so how it didn't cause a big car pile up was really a miracle in itself if you saw that on Sunday. So your seventh question, okay, so that would end with your second attempt for a green-white checkered at lap 206. So they come around 207 for the green flag, 208 for the final lap, and then 209, okay, wraps the race up. And Brad Keselowski came in for the win. And the crazy thing about this win on Sunday, okay, the crazy thing about this race on Sunday, and here it is, you had Kurt Busch that led 65 laps, and everyone thought Kurt Busch was going to be the winner on Sunday. Kevin Harvick with 34, Denny Hamlin with 56 laps. Brad Keselowski led one lap on Sunday.